So welcome to everyone. This is our Mind the Moment's Thursday morning gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. And this is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and absolutely delighted to be here this morning with our friend and leader and founder and director of Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare's mindfulness program. I don't know if I could have fit in any more. Could have, but I decided my mouth wasn't going to work that way. So hi, Tara.
Hi, Suzanne, and welcome everybody. I'm so loving the flowers behind you. They're just gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah, I decided to bring it all forward and have it here this morning. Sometimes I get together those things, which, I love having them around me. So it's spring.
Yeah.
So welcome to everyone, and nice to see everyone joining this morning.
Yes.
Today, Tara will start us off with a question, as she always does. And then she'll lead us, she'll share some words with us and then lead us in a guided practice of at least 12 minutes. And that has been determined as the sweet spot by Dr. Amishi Jha from the University of Miami, who's done a lot of research on meditation and the important amount of time where really she and her research has seen really important changes. So that meditation practice, will be both guided with some silence. So any of us that don't do that normally or are new to meditation can explore that way of meditating as well. After that, we'll have time for questions. So if you go to the bottom of your Zoom screen and open up the chat, and then just go to the blue drop-down menu below, and then just click on everyone, hosts and panelists, and you can change it to everyone. And everyone will be able to see your comments. So Tara, what do we have for the group this morning?
Yeah. So I find the spring to be a time of just a lot of energy. There's a lot happening energetically in the earth. And I was noticing my next door neighbor has these gorgeous gardens. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. And just this morning, I was looking out the window because part of all of her plantings actually feed into my yard. And so I'm seeing like big green shoots now. I was away for a couple of days. So just this morning, I looking and seeing these kind of really tall green shoots. And I can't remember which flowers those are. They might be the daffodils, but I just feel this time of year is filled with lots of energy. Like there's a dormancy in the winter but there's something quietly happening and now really starting to bloom. I'm hearing more birds. And then last night, I decided to open my window more than normal, like a third open overnight. And I could hear the peepers so loudly. There's woods behind my house and there's a wetland. So the peepers were really active. And so anyway, all of this to bring about this theme of energy and what energizes us. So the question is really sort of a fill in the blank, is what energizes me is ... And so what energizes me is, and as folks are thinking, Suzanne and I will share. And of course, it could be a few things. So you don't have to limit it to one. And you don't have to name all of them, but just what energizes you. And so Suzanne, do you want to say a little bit about that in this season of energy?
For sure. Tara and I were talking about this a little bit before we started, and I love a breeze when I'm out walking, just noticing the breeze against my skin. It just has a way of just making you feel even more alive. I love that feeling.
I love that you notice that, Suzanne, because it's gentle generally, but that, there's something about breeze and wind, I think, that is oddly comforting almost.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, and in the weather, because I'm very connected to the weather. I went to a school that weather was just very a college where weather was a big part of
ah,
with school, and I just always felt like I was connected to it. So
oh,
it always
wow.
feels like a change is happening too with when there's a big
Yeah.
change. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, the first thing that came to mind was being with family and good friends and having a lot of banter, and that really, really picks up my energy a lot. And I also think the sun, and also just the sun, what it brings feels like energy. It is energy.
Mhm.
So on a day that's bright and warm. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
comforting but
lovely.
energizing. So there are so many things, I think, but let's see what folks
Yeah.
have said.
And I love when you talk about where you like it's funny how certain people energize you, like you get that
Yes,
energy from your family.
yes,
So that's something that's really interesting to notice.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Socializing with friends, coworkers, and family, and laughter with loves from loved ones, going to the gym again. Yay. Seeing
Oh, yeah,
planting my veggie garden early summer, the sunrise. Yeah, that's lovely. Music,
yeah.
birds, and all the life outside. I love this singing in the car with my son. It's awesome. I can hear the waves from the ocean.
Wow.
Oh, Suzanne. Yes, I've got a little envy going on there. Nature, sunshine, family, friends, and watching puppies and children play. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yes, for sure. The opportunity to take
yeah.
this mindfulness session in my busy week. Chance to pause.
Hmm,
Conversely, there are people who are energy vampires. True. Yeah.
true.
Yeah, we can keep away
Yeah,
from those people when we need that energy. Everything about spring, the sounds, the color, the warmth. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Stood Maine and the beach, about a 6-minute walk down. Oh, Susan, beautiful.
Yeah.
I also have to throw in pickleball because every once in a while I've got a pickleball court right down the street from me. So I'll meet with friends and it's enough exercise to just really get you rolling for the day.
Oh, oh, that's so great. Yeah, I've never tried it, but people love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you, everybody. Yeah, it's an energetic season for sure. And so with that in mind, I'm gonna do a body scan. So kind of taking us through the body and noticing where there is pulsing or vibration. I mean, really another word for energy. What's energetically going on in your body today? In the body and the mind. So we'll do a body scan, and then maybe the last bit will focus in on an anchor like a breath sensation or sound or another body sensation. But um, I'll have us systematically move through different regions of the body, and really noticing what are you feeling energetically in that part of the body. And as always, eyes open or closed. And feel free to take a posture that is going to serve you best this morning. Lying down's okay, as long as you've got some energy. Standing, if you're tired, sitting is fine. So any of those, any of the three postures would be okay. And the eyes open or closed. Of course, if you're standing, I think it's just easier to have the eyes open. But let's all on our own take 2 deep breaths and make the exhalation double the length of the inhalation. So go ahead and take 2 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, double the exhalation. And allowing yourself to fully arrive here, mind and body coming together, knowing where you are, aware of the posture that you've taken. So sit and know that you're sitting, stand and know that you're standing, lying down and knowing that you are lying down. So letting go of all that has happened so far today and releasing anticipation of what's next. And coming fully into this moment and noticing the whole body. So bring a wide angle lens of awareness to the whole body. Aware of the points of contact with the back of the body and the surface. Aware of the physical expression in your body from the activity so far today. So anything really that you're aware of, it could be pulsing or a vibration, tingling, temperature, heartbeat. Taking a moment to just see what the body is offering with a receptive attitude in the mind. So simply receiving the experience, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, or neither, it's neutral. Take a moment to expand awareness to include the room you're in or outside of the room, receiving sound. And allowing sound to remain in the background as it will. Begin to bring the awareness back inward to the whole body. And bringing your attention now to the very top of the head, isolating this region of the body, noticing sensation or perhaps lack of sensation. And so as we move through the body, aware of sensation or lack of. And moving awareness down over the sides of the head, including the ears and the back of the head. Coming around to the face, the forehead and the eyes, nose, jaw, mouth, tongue. Softening the muscles of the face to the degree that you can. And noticing sensation or lack of in this region of the body. And moving awareness down to the neck and shoulders. Aware of what's happening in this part of the body. Softening and releasing to the degree that you are able to. And let's move awareness down the arms. So starting with the upper arms, elbows, forearms, and hands. And both the left and the right together, isolating this region of the body and receiving sensation. perhaps aware of lack of sensation. And releasing and bringing awareness to the torso. So the front of the body, back of the body, internally. Bringing receptivity and curiosity to sensation. And perhaps you're aware of the body breathing. And moving down over the hips and thighs, both the left and the right side. And again, bringing the attitude of curiosity and receptivity, sensations or lack of sensations in this region of the body. And moving awareness now down the legs, covering the knees and the calves and shins. So the lower leg. And releasing, and finally moving to the feet. So the tops of the feet, the toes, the soles of the feet, the heels. Isolating this part of the body in your field of awareness. And simply noticing sensation or lack of. And bringing a receptive attitude. And releasing that. Coming back now to the whole body awareness, a wide angle lens of attention. And noticing if there are any particular areas in the body that are calling your attention. And allow yourself to go there, again, with a receptive, curious attitude in the mind. So you could keep it on whole body, or you could narrow the focus to an area that is calling for your attention. And finally, for the last part of the practice today, let's begin to narrow the focus of awareness on the sensations we feel when we breathe in and out, wherever in the body it's most noticeable. So it could be the rise and fall of the abdomen, kind of belly. You might notice it in the chest or even the nostrils. So as you breathe in and breathe out, with a more focused sense of awareness, tracking the breath on the in and tracking on the out. And alternatively, if breath is challenging this morning, you could use another body sensation, like the palms of the hands resting on the thighs. And the feeling of that point of contact could be what you return to each time the mind wanders. You could also use sound. So if there is sound in your background that's somewhat consistent, you find to open awareness and receive sound. So I'll be silent for the next couple minutes, and each time your mind wanders, which it will, mine too, of course, as soon as you notice it, not a problem, soft mental note, thinking, release the memory or the planning, and return to your object of meditation this morning. And as we bring this meditation to a close, may we be peaceful and at ease. May our heart be soft and open. May we be safe and protected, and our bodies healthy and strong. And may the merit of our practice be for the benefit of all beings. And as you feel ready, if your eyes were closed, you can slowly open the eyes and reorient to the room that you're in. So whether they were open or closed, it's always helpful to just do a little bit of a stretch and just reconnect with your surroundings. So I think that was a little longer than 12 minutes. But yeah.
It was wonderful. I didn't, time was not part of my thinking.
Okay.
There's something about the body scan that just does take you, it helps you focus on the present moment for sure.
It does. You know, it's really working with the body is feeling, I mean, more and more significant to me, and really starting practice. It doesn't have to be as long as we just did it, but really starting practice with arriving and settling into your own body. And just, you know, the attitude of receptivity and curiosity is so important. whether it's something is pleasant or unpleasant, bringing kind of a curious, receptive attitude to what the actual experience is that is making something pleasant or unpleasant, or even neutral, even neither pleasant nor unpleasant, because that's all part of it as well. So like just starting in with that and then moving to a concentration practice is really helpful. And even like a third step would be, depending on how long the practice is when you've gained a little bit of concentration, then just opening up into what's called open awareness practice, where you're just receiving it all, without latching onto any one thing. So, sounds and body sensations, and you're just, kind of there for the whole show. So body scan into focus practice, into open awareness, and then close with a little bit of loving kindness. And it can even be something as simple as just offering yourself, may I be well, peaceful, and at ease today. And like the beauty of these practices is you can make up your own, you can make up your own phrases, the same with the compassion practices. One thing related to that, and specifically to compassion, that I wanted to say is I was listening to Joseph Goldstein recently, and he was saying, which many of my teachers have said over the years, with any of the loving kindness or compassion practices, you don't have to feel it, because sometimes people will be like, well, I don't have that warm feeling I think I should have. The compassion is more directed at action, taking an action to relieve the suffering of yourself or another. So I thought that was really interesting, to not wait for some kind of emotional state to be present, but it's a taking action.
Yeah, that's a great reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Many times people, I think of Dan Harris as well, from 10% Happier, saying that, sometimes it feels too woo-woo, to
Right.
bring that in. But if you just bring in that intention and see how it lands.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And yeah. And let go of expectations about what you think should be happening. Which I think is easier said than done, because there's also so much misconception about these practices that have been almost baked into us over the years. So, yeah.
Yeah, so true. And I love the theme of energy too, because they're good reminders. Like, and by the way, Lorraine, if this April is your birthday month, happy birthday. I know someone else that might have a birthday month. Well, Tara, happy birthday early.
Thank you.
But yeah, maybe Heather as well. So you've mentioned about Aries celebrations. So however you're celebrating.
No, I'm a Taurus.
Oh, it's because you're at the end.
Yeah, some sort of cuspy, I guess, on that.
Well, excuse me. But I noticed going back to Janice and singing in the car with her son, she knows, if she's having a day where she's just like, I feel like my energy is low.
Yeah.
It's to know those things,
Yeah, no, it is totally. Even when you feel really low energy and you take a walk or go for a run or do something, and then the body re-energizes. Energy is such an interesting thing to look at and to work with.
It is, for sure. Well, I know we're hitting the clock, so
April
happy birthday, Loretta.
Oh, Loretta, happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining this morning. And
thank you, everybody.
And being with us, and have a wonderful weekend. Whatever you're celebrating this weekend, just the start of spring or Easter or Passover or whatever.
Right.
And then we'll have Shanti Douglas here back on Tuesday. So looking forward to this one.
Good.
All well. Happy.
Take care, everybody. Good weekend.
Bye.